So I don't misunderstand you. Are you saying there's been no engagement at all with the Gauteng ANC about who of your members will go in and could be MECs?
No, we haven't gotten to that. Where we are at this point in time, Stevens, is that there's been an engagement around the principles, first of all, because we said, let's engage on the principles before we even go on to, positions. First of all, we have said there needs to be an engagement around the proportional representation because the voters have indicated in Gauteng that they don't trust any of us to govern on their own. Therefore, you now need to then use your proportions according to what the voters have said and say, how do you put a government together? That's the first thing. The second thing, you now need to then understand that there's no party that has a great majority to govern on its own. Therefore, there needs to be an indication or there needs to be a conversation around how you share power and how decisions are to be made. The third thing is you also now need to then say, if the two biggest parties in the province are to then share positions, what will be the proportionality? And therefore, if you then have parties that are coming from there, which should be accommodated, how do you then accommodate those parties? The fourth thing is to then say, once you have disputes, because you don't want to wait until you're months into an agreement, and therefore disputes start to arise, and then you start to find or to try and find out ways in which to deal with disputes. You say then, let's find a way and agree on a principle first of all, before you go into this kind of thing. Once you have already done that, you then go into what kind of portfolios each will be getting, and then what kind of mechanisms we'll be putting in place to then keep each other to account. So once you've agreed on those principles, you then talk about the positions and you talk about the names, and therefore you're able to then make those pronouncements.